It's time for Cigar Talk, the fastest growing cigar show in the nation. Whether you're a new cigar enthusiast or a cigar aficionado, we have something for everyone. Bringing you the best interviews, cigar reviews. So grab yourself a cigar.
It's time to light 'em up.
Welcome back to Cigar Talk. I'm your host, Rob Jones. We got Brian Falconer in the house, co-hosting Cigar Talk. How you doing, bro?
That's too much, man.
You know what? You're right. You know what? I'm going to rewind it. Let's start over. Okay? You good with that? We'll start over.
Yeah.
Welcome back to Cigar Talk. I'm your host, Rob Jones. And in this corner,
I knew it.
the world heavyweight champion of co-hosts, Brian Falconer. Is that better, bro?
Dude, you are something else, man.
I had actually already thought of that and I forgot, so you should have left well
enough
alone.
Yeah, I got you.
Because did you think it was going to get better?
Not with you.
Right.
Not
so,
with
I mean, most people
just roll
like,
with it. Yeah.
Whatever.
Yeah, it's Rob just going with it. Man.
I'm going down.
I'm not going there. I'm not. But stay away from that one.
Anyway, man, dude, it's been a good week.
Heck yeah.
It's been a really good week.
Heck yeah.
For me, for one, I had a 4-day week work.
Week
Work week.
Week work.
Let's talk about what we've been drinking.
Already.
Well, a little knob treat thanks to Dave at the Leaf. Hey, Dave, thank you for coming by and hanging out in the studio. Were you here when Dave was here?
No, sir.
That was on the live stream.
Yeah.
We did a live stream last Monday night, and it was with Jay. I wasn't even in it.
Jay and Scott, wasn't it?
Jay and Scott, and they smoked that Crown Heads Fiat Lux.
Yes. The palate cleanser.
Yeah, and but here's the thing. I get the whole idea, and I was highly
anticipating something else.
No, I was very what's the word I'm looking for? Suspect.
Oh,
you know what I mean? I was like, all right, this is going to be total bullshit. But
however,
it actually made your mouth salivate, which I think it had different levels for all of us. Like none of it was like, I didn't have Niagara Falls coming out of my mouth.
Gotcha.
But I definitely could tell that it caused that. But what I really thought was awesome was even though the whole experiment for cleansing your palate with that cigar so that you could enjoy another cigar as if your lips were virgins. You know what I mean? It was like a virgin.
No, bro. You and these visuals, man. Why would you go there, dude? We're talking about cigars, and you going to lips and virgins.
I'm saying it's like having the cigar for the very first time.
You projected that purposely.
I think you have your mind in the gutter.
No, yours is always there.
You know what? I was just going off pop culture, music, and the experience. But anyway, let's get back to the experience. So what I loved about the whole thing was that the cigar was good.
That's good, there. So it wasn't
that was the biggest suspect that I had was all right, we're going to say this is a palate cleanser because the cigar tastes like shit. You know what I mean? And so, that'd be a great, it's not, you're not supposed to taste this cigar. You're just going to taste the next one like a virgin. Anyway, no, it was actually a good cigar.
Okay.
I mean, what did you think, Julio?
Okay. I haven't smoked mine yet.
Mr. Energetic sitting over there. It's like,
good.
It was good.
How was your day? Okay.
It was fantastic. But Jay also brought the genetic deformity from Roma Crass.
Nah, that's a question. How was that after that cleanser?
Well, no. So you weren't here.
No.
And apparently you didn't go watch it. So what we did was we smoked it. No, first. Did we cut the wrapper first? No, that was after. No. Oh, that's right. So we lit it up and smoked it.
So apparently you weren't there either.
Oh, I was here. There was some bourbon.
That's what I'm talking about.
But no. Anyway, we smoked it down probably to about there.
Uh-huh.
right here, people. Just not very much, probably about an inch in. And then we took like a 60 gauge cutter, just a regular standard cutter, and we cut the entire tip off. So there was no like ash or anything.
Yeah.
And then we took those same cutters and we just pressed it lightly and turned it. And what that did was it cut just deep enough that you slid the wrapper off. And then we smoked it without the wrapper. Dude, totally different cigar. Totally different. I mean, you know.
And did it become a powerhouse once the wrapper came back when it introduced
I was, you know what? It did get a lot stronger, and or at least it seemed stronger.
Okay.
But anyway, it was just a really neat. So then once we got back into the wrapper, we pulled up the genetic deformity and lit that up and smoked it while we were smoking this. At one time, I had both cigars in my mouth puffing on them at the same time.
What did that do? I mean,
I looked like a dragon. Puff the magic dragon. But no, it was. Did you do that too? You inhaled both. We all
did it.
Double shotgunned it.
It was peer pressure. Who did it first?
I don't know. Was it? I thought it was Scott. Or no. It was old Sam. Brad
did it first.
Brad did it first. And here. Let me show you what he did. Let me see your cigar. So he did like
just rub my cigar on his shirt.
I was taking a little bit of your saliva off.
I know what you was doing outside.
I don't even know. Anyway,
Thank you.
Anyway, he was doing like this, like that, and then you know how I do things.
Over the top. What?
And then I blew smoke from this cigar and smoke from this cigar out separate nostrils. I mean, dude.
Wait a minute. How did you do that?
I said to myself, nose, keep that side on this smoke and that
full
side.
Of it.
No, I'm
You're
serious.
full
That's
of it,
what I
dude.
said to myself.
And it didn't happen.
You don't know that.
You can't do that, man.
I did it. I told everybody on the live stream, I just did this.
You can't do that unless your nose is stopped up on one side.
No, then it would all come out one nostril. I had each cigar come out separate nostrils.
You are totally full
and
of
this
shit.
nostril was like, oh, that's good. And then this nostril was like, ooh, that Lajero in that.
What in the hell was you drinking?
You know what? I was drinking a lot of different ones, but I think
that's the problem. He's sitting there thinking his nose talking to him, and he's actually able to separate which. I'm done. No, I'm done.
It was cool.
You know, yeah. In your mind,
here.
In your mind,
you were not here.
That is physically. It's impossible.
I
You
don't
can't
think
do
so.
that. It is.
You ever seen that dude take a needle that he sticks in his arm, pulls it out, and then he sticks it in here, and he pulls. No, it's down here, and then here, and then he like yanks on that string.
That's what you're doing,
right?
I know.
See, same thing.
Done.
Yeah,
done.
Now you get it.
I was done. I was done when you said that crazy shit.
I don't think it's crazy.
It
I think
is.
it's amazing.
No, it wouldn't be amazing.
Yeah. It wouldn't.
They would dissect your ass.
Not that
if
it
you did
wouldn't
that.
be.
If you were
I
able to
did
do that, you would be dissected right now.
Dude, if science knew more about me, I would have been dissected a long time ago. You know what I mean? At least put down. I don't know about dissected, but they'd put me down.
Your ability to, well, no, because what was that? Sunday before last, we realized that he did have a level.
That was you know what? Let me tell you something. Let's just say Sunday before last, it was Granddad.
It was. It was.
You know, Granddad's always been giving it to me.
Oh, my God.
You remember
the joke.
Yeah. I had to go there. You didn't see that coming. I don't know how you didn't see it.
And then when you said it, I was like, here it comes.
Boom. Hey, so anyway, let's get on with the show.
Please.
So what we're smoking tonight is a mystery stick. I haven't told anybody here other than Larry what these are, because Larry came over and had one last night. But at the end, I'll tell you guys what they are. Julio is sitting over here in the corner. He's like Georgie Porgy. And he's been guessing. And so far, he hasn't come close.
Ed's sitting back chilling, just smoking. He said, I'll find out in the
Ed's
end.
here?
He said, Ed's here.
You know what? That's great. You know why?
Why?
That is going to be our guest in the middle.
Hey, no problem.
Dude, let's do
problem.
it, Ed. Let's
The
do
professor.
it. Ed. Dude, that would be gold.
Oh, most definitely.
Gold.
Most
I would
definitely.
like to ask him like 3 questions. That's it. You know what I mean?
Oh, God.
I think that he can handle 3 questions.
Coming from you?
All right, I'll do 2.
One.
He is old.
One. One.
Oh.
Man, you'll send somebody into the home, man. You do things that are just off the wall. And people are like, well, how did he even think of that? Your mind goes, bruh.
My box. My mind is not in a box.
We know that. It's
like
not
most
even,
people like have these walls, so there's like, a constant.
No.
I don't like constant.
we know. Okay. I'm going to leave that alone.
I like new.
We're heading down a rabbit hole and I'm stopping.
Yeah, that's good. I'm down. So anyway, and to tell everybody what we're drinking. Are you drinking the
I'm
Woodford?
drinking Woodford.
Wow. I thought we were all drinking the knob.
drinking
You
Woodford.
stepped up. And he pulls the bottle back like I'm the only one drinking that.
I pulled it back. Yes, sir. That's enough.
Hey, so anyway, we were talking about what a great week it's been.
Yes, sir.
We went up to the Leaf one night this week,
Yes.
and actually 3. But the night that it was me, you, Larry and Ed, that was a ball.
Yeah. He was there too.
Oh, yeah. Y'all
Julio
told me
was
he was there. That's right. Yeah. I didn't know. I was like, dude, you must have dropped some weight because I couldn't see you. You know what I mean?
Spoke to you. He pounded you. he was standing right next to you at one time when that lady was there.
Okay. So anyway, let's talk about that night.
Yes.
It was a blast.
It
And
was.
you know what the funnest moment was for me that night? Like, if you're at the Leaf, we're always breaking balls.
Mm-hmm.
However, I don't think Ed knew how much breaking balls we used to do. For all of you that don't know, Ed got hearing aids, and all of a sudden the dude can hear everything.
Everything.
And so while we're breaking his balls, I see this look in his face, and it says to me, wow, you're an asshole.
Yup. And we were like, before you just didn't hear it. Now you can hear it. So now you know.
Ed was hanging out thinking we were cool. Now he knows.
It was wow. He had this look on his face like, wow. Do you see what they're saying? We was like, he's hearing us now. He's hearing us. And he's just sitting over there shaking his head like, wow. But it was a different night that night. It was
Well, let me tell you
some weird
this.
people came in.
I don't remember that. I just remember the great people we hung out with. I mean, you and Larry and Ed and Julio.
And
That was the only cool people there.
so everybody else were the weird ones.
Right.
Okay.
So, okay. That's correct. That is correct. So
It was something else, man. But it was a night.
well, the funny thing is, I went down there last night, and you know what I said on my way down there? I said, you know what? I'm not drinking tonight. I'm not going to drink tonight. Not going to do it. And so I walk in.
Uh-huh.
Larry is holding up a bottle of Eagle Rare. I was like, what a dick. What a dick. I was not drinking because, and of course, I'm like, let me grab a glass.
Yeah.
And Larry's like, I already got you one.
Yep. That was Friday, man.
All right, mind your own damn business.
That's Friday's conversation because I was sitting there. He put out and he was like, oh, shit.
Oh, you were there.
Yeah.
I'm
done.
I knew you were there. I knew you were there the other night. Oh, was that
That
night?
was Friday night.
Wow. Betty Ford.
Here he comes. Dude.
Hey, all the young people that just went
Right over their heads, for real.
All you old folks.
Dude.
Pray for me.
You forgot. We had. It was 6 of us back there that night because we were asking where was Brad at. Remember? No, you don't remember. I'm not. Asking.
No.
I'm
I
talking
remember
to Julio.
that. Yeah, I was like, "Hey, where's Brad?" And he wasn't there. And he was like, "Dude, Friday night, and Brad's not up
here.
there?"
Yeah,
I kind of haven't seen him much this week.
got a lot of games going on. His daughter and the softball games.
Dude, they travel.
Yeah, that's
hours,
a traveling family.
Hours
Yeah.
to
Yes,
go
sir.
to games.
Yes, sir.
When my kids played, it was like, yeah, we're not going to go on the out of town games.
All the home games with her. Out of town, you're on your own.
Yeah, it's like, that's a 7-hour drive. My son's 4. We're not doing that.
But he remembered those things, man.
Who remembered those?
Luke.
Yeah, he remembers that. No, we're not driving 7 hours to go play a stupid game.
But all his friends' family were there, and you weren't.
No, he didn't go either.
So you wouldn't even let him play? Oh, my God.
It's like, hey, we're going to go do family day.
He didn't play sports in high school then, right?
Oh, no.
Okay.
Dude, the last he played sports was, I want to say 6th grade. He was, we homeschooled.
Yeah.
And another family that we knew through church actually had a homeschool football team. And they would play actual, like, private school teams.
Okay.
And so my son, he really didn't want to play, but his best friend at church was like, hey, let's go play. And so he signed up. But, dude, because it was homeschool, the team was made up from 6th graders to seniors.
How do you put a 6th grader how to get some high school seniors?
Hey, wait a minute. And when they went to go play other teams, they played the high school level team.
And your child was in the 6th grade.
So let me tell you, you know what age group on that team did not have fun?
6th graders. 7th graders, 8th graders.
I remember being at a game and, like, first of all, our team looked like a ragamuffin bunch. You know what I mean? I mean, our uniforms looked like they were homemade. We showed up to this one school, and I bet they had 60 kids on their team. It was an AstroTurf stadium. They had both side double-deckers, and these kids looked sharp. And I was just like, this was our first game against a public, it was a private school.
So
and I was like, man, we are going to get our ass.
It's going to be a tough season.
Yeah. We beat that team 36-14.
Wow.
I was blown away.
Wow.
Yeah, Luke didn't get to play in that game.
I hope not. He was in the 6th grade, man.
But we played at another game, and they're like, Luke, you're in. He's playing like defensive end.
Oh, that is wrong, man.
He's lined up against a junior, senior offensive lineman.
In the 6th grade?
Yeah. No, the kids.
I know the kid was in high school, but Luke was in 6th grade.
Yeah, Luke's like 5'2", probably weighed about 100.
That is crazy, man.
And like every time they would snap the ball, that kid would stand up and just shove Luke down.
You didn't run out there? Did Miss B run out there?
No.
Y'all just see that's me. You gotta learn.
Dude.
You gotta learn, man.
I didn't make you sign up for
You
football.
signed up on to take those lumps. Oh my God.
Yeah. And dude, let me tell you this. It was funny because they actually had a winning record at the end of the season.
Wow.
And when I would go watch them practice, their practice was the guy had like 30 acres where they lived, and on a hillside, he had just mowed
a
field. And I mean, it has not ever been leveled.
So they were
There's holes in the ground. I mean, country.
This is crazy, man.
Yeah, and dude, that was like when we showed up, and that team had a
pristine
turf.
pristine field.
And they
You're
were
like,
and they were like very precise, clapping on their break, and all. It was like
they still lost.
Oh yeah,
It's still
bad
lost to the Bad News Bears.
Yeah. Dude, it was something to
Wow.
see. And that was Luke's only season.
He's like, I'm done with this.
Yeah, I mean, I remember after practices, I'd be driving him home, and I would look over, and I mean, he's just beat, sweaty, his cheeks are bright red because he's exhausted. And I was like, how'd it go? And he's like, so, yeah, that was our experience. So,
I couldn't see that. When Brian was when he was in the 8th grade, he tried to, he played football, and he was good. He was real good in football because he had played a few years here in Texas before he came back with me.
You got him ready.
Yeah, so he had a different mindset, and they loved that. But he wanted to run track in East St. Louis. And I was like,
you're not going to do good.
He's like, Daddy, they told me. I was like,
You're not in Texas.
I'm telling you, bro.
They're a lot slower down there.
They're a lot slower down there. These guys up here are track stars. I mean, even in middle school, he's like, okay, so I went to one track practice, and they were running the freaking 200. And I see my son come out of the blocks. And before he took 2 steps, they were 5 steps ahead of him. And I was like, oh, my God. And I mean, he finished it. And then when I went over there,
like at the finish line.
he finished the finish line.
I know, but how far was he behind the last guy?
They were already over there on the sideline drinking their Gatorade.
They were over there cheering him on.
And he came over to me. He's like, Daddy, I don't think I want. I said, I'm sorry, man. You signed up. You got to do the whole season, man. He's like, huh? I said, we don't quit. You got to do the whole season.
You get to run, but you're not ever going to the meets.
So you just got to run. But they got him ready for football season the next year. But then next year, I said, you going to run track? He said, no. I said, why not? He said, no, I ain't ready for this. I was like, I told you, man, it's different. Dude, you was fast in Texas. I got slow up here.
When I got to high school, I ran the quarter mile, and I was a sophomore, and I mean, I probably ran the fastest quarter mile in all of Lubbock if you were white. So that being said, like when we went to meets, I didn't get to go. You know what I mean? I ran a 51.3.
We had linemen that ran a 51. What are you talking about?
Right.
It was a dude on our football team. He was a running back, but he was a sprinter on the track squad. He beat Carl Lewis in the 60 religiously. Juan Brooks. Now, after the 60, that's people didn't know about.
Carl came back after the 60
in every race.
Turned it on.
In 100, that's where Carl was strong in the 100 because after 60, he had a stronger kick after 60 meters. But in that 60 meters, Juan would tear his ass out the frame. And this is in high school.
Did you see the girl right now?
Oh,
dude. She was a long ways ahead of second.
And go ahead and say it.
What?
What color is she?
She's white.
Thank you.
Shocker.
And I mean, she is blowing folks away.
I mean, it's like.
And it's like, and then she coasts when she gets to the tape because nobody is near her. I'm like, who is this?
But did you see how far she is from the actual world record?
Oh, yes.
Like she got the indoor something record, but only second world record wise to whoever that was back 15 years ago.
And she's running the 200, and it's like they say she's going to be the next gold medalist.
I would think so.
This child is fast, man.
But she has her eye on the world champions record speed.
Yeah,
and that's a long ways.
Them the Jamaicans, bro.
Yeah. Yeah. That, you know what? That's how it was when I was in high school. I thought I was on the Jamaican team because they were like,
you were like, huh.
Dude, one race on the 400, I was like first on the curve, way out there,
And then when they came out the curve, you was last.
Dude, no. At the end of the first 100, I'm in first. I am tearing it up. And as I start into that second curve, my hamstring went pop. I went face first.
Oh, you fell.
Oh, dude. I went down. Wow. And then I was laying there when I saw those dudes go.
Like, damn.
Yeah, that was the only time that I was ever out front.
And you blew up your hamstring. That means you weren't supposed to be running that fast in the first place.
Right. But I mean, the only reason I was in first is because I was
in that lead.
I started on the 100.
Yeah. He said 100, he was already in the lead. That's where he started.
So,
man.
Anyway, you know what? We're going to take a quick break here in a minute, but before we do, let's check out one of our sponsors.
What?
Case Elegance. And if you guys haven't ordered anything from Case Elegance, make sure you use the code Cigar Talk Coin. They got humidors, they got watch boxes. Dude, let me tell you something.
Man bags.
Let me tell you something.
What's that?
They have customized their watch boxes. So, on most watch boxes, you put them in there and then you try to get them,
set right.
organized.
That's what I do. Yeah.
Theirs, when you put it on the contraption that you put it in there for them, it automatically does that across.
It levels it itself.
Yes. They were like, if you're going to have a watch collection, you want it to look nice.
I got to go look at this.
Yeah. I got a video on the PC.
Yeah, I want to see that. I got to see that.
And then they got the leather bag, the man bag. Yeah. Dude, I didn't show Larry that last week. I told him I would. I forgot.
Larry like, nope.
So, in between the regular show and the Light 'em Up crew show, I'll go get that bag, Larry. Remind me. And then, of course, the Humidors. I mean, dude, did you know they're almost sold out of the military flat black that comes with the military flat black challenge coin from Cigar Talk and Claro, which is Case Elegance.
You noticed I didn't get one for my birthday. So
You're what?
that's what I wanted was the military.
The coin?
No, the Humidor.
Well, why didn't you order it?
I said I wanted it for my birthday. That meant somebody else was supposed to get it for me.
Who was supposed to get it for
The
you?
person that bought me those sticks. So I ain't
Dude,
saying
you
nothing.
ain't saying shit.
That's why I said I ain't saying nothing else.
Yeah.
I'm done.
I was like, if you thought
Thank
me
you.
and Larry were buying that for your
No,
birthday, I mean, Big Boy didn't even get you a stick. Thought about it, but
he ain't think about it.
he's 55. Who cares?
He's still alive. I get him one when he dies.
After he gets stents put in, then I'll start buying him some birthday stuff.
That's wild.
You plan on doing that? No, I do.
Why?
I heard that when you put those stents in, you feel amazing. It's like going back 10 years. Blood's flowing.
Leave this alone.
Do you know anybody that's had stents?
No, I don't.
Are you serious? Wow.
True.
My dad and my real dad had them. So, I know I'm probably going to because I eat the same way they ate.
Okay.
It's like, I went into my doctor's last week and he was like, so tell me about your diet. And I was like, ain't on one.
Seafood, eat food.
He said, tell me about your exercise regiment. I was like, regiment?
Walk to the bathroom. And back.
I mean, whenever I'm constipated, I use my core.
Visuals.
I mean, that's about the extent of it. And he was like,
Visuals.
we're going to have to work on that.
Yeah, for real.
And then he told me to quit smoking. And then,
But he's the same one that...
he asked me when I was leaving. He's like, so, you got any good cigar picks?
See, thank you.
I was like, yeah, try out the Tabanero Sun-Grown.
Mm-hmm. Tie in.
Boom. So, yeah, and let's talk about Tabanero.
Mm-hmm.
Yanko's down in the Nicaraguan right now at the farm.
Yes.
He did a video today saying, Happy Easter to all.
Mm-hmm.
Smoke
saw that.
cigars.
Smoke them.
And so, dude, if you haven't tried Tabanero,
Wasting your time.
I mean, lights out, boom, consistency. You're going to get a great smoke. If you get one and you don't like it, you email me and Bryant will buy you another one. Kidding.
That's why I ain't say that.
All right.
I kept my mouth shut.
Hey, well, we're going to go to break. And then when we come back, we're going to have Ed,
The professor
in the hot seat for two questions.
The professor.
All right. So, hey, guys, thanks for hanging around, and we will be right back after the break. Welcome back, guys. Our special guest, wussed out 100%, wouldn't come on the show. We've been trying to get him on the show since Cigar Talk existed. And here's the thing. If you want to know the professor, you're just going to have to come to the Leaf, right? I mean,
absolutely.
He doesn't care how shitty his reputation is in person, but out there on the airways, he's like, I have a good reputation.
Right.
And I thought me and you got good reputations, right?
I have a good reputation.
I mean, yeah, you
I'm
do.
just playing.
We have fun reputations.
Yeah, absolutely.
And, hey, are we playing poker tomorrow night?
Absolutely.
All right. Hey, anybody who's in the area, we do play pokers at the Leaf on some Monday nights. And this is going to be one of them. But by the time you've heard this show, I already won.
Like last time?
Oh, dude, last time I got my ass kicked.
Damn, Dave.
I think I was like second out, maybe third out. Big Dave won the pot. Good for him.
Hustled us.
Yeah, I think he hustled us.
Absolutely hustled us.
Yeah, totally. But anyway, Julio's going to slide in here and be for Ed. We didn't know Julio was going to be on. Was going to be on, but hey, we always love to have you on, man.
That's a heck of a knock in IQ level, but
Yeah, you know.
I'm
Hey,
here.
pass me that bottle over there.
yep.
That way, you see, whenever Brian's here, I can't get none of this. I'm going to finish that bad boy off, too. No, I'm not. Here you go, home. I left him a little. Anyway, so what's been going on with you, man?
Nothing much. Just had to leave. Mornings, sometimes afternoons.
I find that usually if you go in the morning, you're there in the afternoon. Not super late, but
Yeah.
how often do you leave before noon?
No, almost never.
Right. So 1 minute after noon is afternoon.
Yeah, I'm there from 10 to 2 usually.
Yeah. And I mean, it's just like a social, you know what I mean? Like a place you can go hang out with community.
Yeah.
And there's not a lot of places you can do that.
No, and that's what I told Jay. I told Jay he should replace the jingle for the front door with the Cheers jingle. Because everybody that walks in, we know who they are.
And if we don't, we're fixing to find out.
Yeah, we'll greet them by name. But if we don't, yeah, we're going to find out. Last time I was there, I invited Airman over to the May 7th show.
Oh, nice, man.
Yeah,
Nice.
he received the cigars and everything while he was deployed.
Oh, no kidding. Dude, I want to have him on the show while we're doing that.
Oh, okay. Yeah, he said he was going to be there.
Awesome. I mean, you know the guy?
He's come by twice in the mornings while I've been there.
Okay.
The
Well,
last
next
he
time,
said
get
no.
his phone number.
Okay.
Because I want to let him know that's the kind of guys I want to have over there because I want to know what it was like to get a care package from Cigars for Warriors.
Yeah.
I've heard, people through the grapevine that it's awesome, but I want to hear from a guy that actually had that happen.
Oh, he was very appreciative of it, too.
Oh, I can imagine. I mean, I know people send me cigars. I get excited.
Yeah.
And I have access.
Right.
Those guys don't have access.
Right.
So,
No, he said it was a pretty big deal, so he should be there.
okay, cool. Well, speaking of that, guys, we look down the show notes. There'll be a link to the auction that's going on. And, dude, have you even looked to see what's up for auction?
I did.
Did you see those 2 cigar samplers?
I did.
Dude, they're out of the park.
Yeah, no, I was thinking about bidding.
And I think, I don't know what it's up to now, but yesterday, the one that Sean donated that had all the red meat lovers and the limited releases that don't even have a name, it has like LT107482. It's like from Saka.
Oh.
Have you had any of those?
Oh, no.
Oh,
But I can imagine I've had Saka
I've
cigars.
only had one, and it was badass. And it's actually a DT and then some numbers.
Wow.
But I've only had one of those, and it blew my skirt up. I mean, it was like, wow.
Wow.
And because, I'd never had one before, and I was thinking, I've had like pre-release cigars before.
Yeah.
And I mean, yeah, they're good. This was not a pre-release. This was just a badass cigar. And there's like 3 or 4 of those in that pack.
Golly.
Yeah, that pack,
That's
somebody's going to get some badass cigars. And then did you see the other ones? The Vault.
Yes.
Dude, Zeka has put
Yes.
together like the ultimate sampler for like guys who've been smoking cigars for a long time. And like now those are cigars they wish they could get.
Right. Yeah, that was at 150 last time I checked.
Awesome. I hadn't looked at it in a bit, but
No.
dude, I think there's like 30 cigars in there.
There's a lot.
And they are like also limited edition, hard to find cigars.
Yeah, that's a
so,
great pack. That is a great pack.
and then there's a Case Elegance Humidor in there. I think last time I saw it was at like 150 bargain.
Yep.
And then tomorrow I'll be adding 2 AJ Fernandez humidors. I know one's red, and I think the other one's either blue or white.
Oh, can't wait.
They're at the Leaf, so
Okay.
I got to go down there and photograph them so I can put them on the auction.
Yeah.
But we're adding new stuff almost daily to the auction site. So go down, click on the auction link, and you can register and then bid on whatever you want to. And all of the proceeds goes to Cigars for Warriors. So, I mean, don't be shy with your money.
No, time's ticking. So.
Don't be a bitch. Sorry, Larry. Larry looked at me like, don't be calling me that. Anyway, and so we're going to be doing the Streamathon May 7th, and we're going to be doing it at the Leaf. I'm going to be hosting. My co-host is going to be Little Cisco Kid.
That's exciting.
And then not Ed, not Mr. Ed, but not Ed McMahon, but Bryant will be like being able to keep up totals of like how much money we've raised so far. You're probably not familiar with the Jerry Lewis telethons.
I have a good idea. I think I've seen them clips.
Okay. Well, it ran 24 hours. Jerry ran a show for 24 hours. We're only doing 8, and like 8 scares me. Like me talking for 8 hours. No, I'm actually, don't get worried, folks. I'm not going to be talking the whole time. But it's going to be a long day.
Yeah.
And my goal is to eventually do the 24 hours. Like, eventually.
Yeah.
But, I had this thought, and tell me what you think about it. Like, I was thinking, let's make this a freaking cigar event. Like, where the Soda District is? You know where Sock Dollars is?
Yeah.
That place down below?
Yep.
Rent that out. Do a live streaming show there for 24 hours. Bring in, like, bands, magicians, those dudes that stick their hands up puppets' ass and talk, whatever they're called. And, make it interesting.
Right.
Have you ever seen someone do one of those puppets and he was smoking a cigar?
No.
Me neither, but that would be cool. Just saying.
Sure, there's someone out there that does it.
I'm thinking if there's not, we should do that. You sit on Bryant's lap and he'll shove his hand and you can smoke.
Yeah, I don't think so.
Okay. I just throw out ideas. Sometimes they're not good.
We might find someone to do that, though.
Hey, Brad.
Maybe Brett, yeah.
See,
Yeah.
we're going the same
Yep,
place, same
yep,
time.
yep.
Anyway, join us on May 7th. We're going to be on Facebook and YouTube for sure, and possibly Twitch. We're working out the kinks to do all 3 platforms at the same time.
Okay.
Apparently, doing 1 is easy, doing 2 is a little harder, doing 3 you haven't figured out yet.
Yeah.
Like there's always an issue with one of them when I've tried 3. Yeah. So, streaming is a new thing for us.
Yeah.
We learned the hard way on just audio, and then we've been learning the hard way on video for about a year now.
Right.
So, streaming's new. We'll get it down eventually.
Yeah.
We've got a lot of excellent ideas about what we're going to do. Also, we just released a PCA update episode. It's a standalone. It's really not a regular show. I had, wow, I have to go back and look. Anyway, I can't remember. Oh, Joseph, something. Joseph, it was an interesting name, like Burks a lot. That's not it, but it was like that. Anyway, it was just me and him talking about what's going on behind the scenes with the political landscape. That's what they do. They fight legislation because, I don't know if you remember, but whenever Biden did his last package of sending money out, one of the things that was on the table originally was like $900 billion in tax revenue for tobacco.
Did not know that.
And maybe I'm way off on the number. Maybe it was 900 million.
Yeah.
I don't know, but it would have made a price of cigars go up $3 a piece.
Oof.
And it didn't matter if it was a $2 cigar or a $40 cigar.
Was that nationwide?
Yeah, federally.
Wow.
And so anyway, they fought against that, and it got taken out of the bill.
Wow.
So that's the kind of stuff they're doing behind the scenes that we don't even know about.
No, heroes.
And I don't know if you remember, but it hasn't been that long since they were wanting to take away the artwork on the bands and the
Canada.
Boxes. Well, they already did it in Canada,
Yeah.
but they tried to do that here. And like the PCA and Cigar Rights of America and some other entities went up there and fought against that, saying, hey, that's the First Amendment. Freedom of speech,
Right,
freedom
right.
of artwork.
Yeah.
That's your speech.
Yeah, they were going after the flavored cigars.
Well, now
too,
they're
right?
doing that still.
Yeah.
And so they're fighting that. And, for me, on one hand, I'm like, I don't smoke flavored cigars, so I really don't give a shit. But I do because don't let them get their foot in the door.
Well, and that's the flavored cigars are a very important part of the cigar industry because that's what gets a lot of cigar smokers into the hobby.
Right. It makes it a lot more approachable.
Right.
Because a lot of guys, and it's like just the other night when I was at the Leaf, I was in the Humidor, and man, the Humidor was
I
packed.
saw that.
I mean, there was probably 20 people in the Humidor. Anyway, a guy had come in, and he had been smoking like an acid blondie or deep dish or something that was a sweet cigar.
Yep.
And he was asking about, I'd like to advance past this. What would you recommend? And you know what I recommended to him? The La Galera Connecticut.
Oh, yeah.
And the second cigar I recommended to him was the New World Connecticut. I was like, both of these cigars are a great transition from like a sweet cigar into like what we consider to be a regular cigar.
Right.
Because you're not smoking air. It's not too light.
Right.
You're getting a lot of flavor, but it's also not as strong as like jumping into a sun-grown or a Maduro.
Yeah. And that's why those are so important.
Yeah. And anyway, I told him all about it, and then he went and got something completely different. You know what he went and got?
What is it?
He went and got the Black Trading Company cigar. Give me a name. It wasn't the porcelain. I think it was, and it wasn't the Revelation. It was the Man Stick that they have. I can't remember the name of it, though. It was like Last Rites. He got a Last Rites, and I was like, that dude.
He likes his Nick. Jeez.
Well, and the thing about it is, he did tell me that he dips.
Okay.
So he's used to nicotine.
Yeah.
I just didn't think he would be prepared for that much strong flavor.
Yeah, because even dipping, it's different.
It's
different.
totally different.
Yeah.
And so I was like, well, I just wasted my time. Dude didn't listen to anything I had to say.
No, and he'll probably go back to the flavored after that one because that's probably going to lay him out.
Right. And that's why I was like, dude, this is a good transition. And I think that's probably what he didn't like was it was a transition cigar.
Right.
And I was like, dude, I'm just trying to help you out.
Right.
But, when I was smoking and I didn't know, I tried all kinds of things too.
Yeah.
So, what's funny is when I finally smoked a cigar that was similar to what he smoked, I thought I found the Mecca.
Hey, there you go.
So maybe he did.
Maybe he did. Yeah.
When I'm lighting my cigars, a good time for you to say some shit.
Well, that just proves my point about the flavored cigars. He never would have transitioned at all had he not started with the flavored cigars.
True. And so, that I appreciate the PCA reached out to us and was like, hey, we'd like to come on and give you some updates of what's going on. And I was like, I'm down.
Absolutely.
And, it's not the most exciting episode you've ever heard, but it gives you a lot of information if you're interested. And we want to give our listeners an opportunity to hear that. So we didn't release it in the regular show. We made that a standalone where you want information about what's going on in the political landscape. Boom, here it is.
We should all be paying attention to that.
Absolutely. Because it's easy just to enjoy and not pay attention. And let me say this to you guys. If you're not a member of Cigar Rights of America, I'll put the link down in the show notes. You need to join up with them too. If you want to be a member of PCA, we'll have a link in the show notes for that. But these entities fight the government on our behalf.
Yeah.
And, like one of our big arguments as a cigar community is we're not cigarettes.
Right.
Totally different tobacco.
Yeah.
Totally different experience.
Yep.
Totally different reason to smoke. And my point of view is I don't give two shits. If you want to smoke cigarettes, I think you should have the right to smoke cigarettes because the bottom line is I'm an adult.
Right.
So I'm for all the rights.
Right.
As long as what I'm doing doesn't impede your rights.
That's exactly right.
Then leave me. Can I say it, Larry? Oh, leave me alone.
Yeah.
Last week we almost did a whole show without dropping the F-bomb.
Oh, how did that go?
Well, it went really good until the very end. That was it, me or you? It was him. He dropped it, and I was like, dude, we were almost there. We were almost there. And Bryant, dude. Yeah. But anyway, we support PCA. We support Cigars Rights of America. Glenn Loop, that was the president of Cigar Rights for America for years. We've had him on the show many times. Now he's over doing a managerial supervision role over some whatever. And so now he's over there. So that's kind of cool that we have a guy that we know that's in the PCA. And now we had Joshua come on. So we know a couple of dudes in there.
Yeah. Oh, they're doing great work.
Yeah, they really are. And so you should support those if you haven't already because, the government would love to yank out the rug that you stand on as a cigar smoker.
Right. Just take away rights left.
Well, and, because they've painted this picture of all tobacco, like, dude, how many times have you ever asked someone, it's like, hey, you smoke cigars? And they're like, oh, no, I don't smoke.
Yeah.
And it's like, I didn't say cigarettes.
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, it's not smoking. You're puffing. You're not inhaling.
Right.
And you're missing an opportunity to get to know people on a level that you've never known.
Right.
But they don't see that. All they hear is smoking.
Yeah, exactly. And I've never smoked a cigarette in my entire life. I haven't dipped.
I smoked cigarettes for 24 years. And let me tell you something, dude. I guess I was probably about 36 or 37 when I quit. No, I was younger than that. I was 35 because I started smoking when I was like 16.
Yeah.
And by the time I was 35, getting up from right here and walking to my car, when I get to my car, I'm huffing and puffing because it kills your lungs. And so not puffing, like when my doctor told me, oh, you should quit smoking. I was like, Doc, listen to my lungs. They sound phenomenal. And he was like laughing and he listened. He's like, yeah, they sound good. And then he was like, you got any good tips? I was like, yeah. So, it's a completely different entity, but I just support adult rights.
Right.
Regardless of what it is. And in fact, I think they should start adding to it instead of taking them away. Let's go backwards. Let's start letting me do more things legally.
Right.
You know what I mean?
It's your choice. It really is.
Right.
And like you said, as long as it's not affecting anybody else.
Well, that's how they that's how they played the whole tobacco thing, though, was, well, it is affecting other people. Because if you get lung cancer and you can't afford to pay for the doctor bills, we all suffer because we all have to pay higher premiums. They have a way to twist it into something that it's not.
No, it's not. You can't lump us in with cigarette smokers.
I mean, dude, do you know how many people are killed per car wreck versus cigarettes? It's night and day.
Yeah.
Way more cars. So
and way less with
nobody's allowed to drive. You know what I mean? That's not happening. Tobacco's one of the low fruits.
Right.
So,
but it's one of the most, it's in the public eye way more than anything else.
Not as much as it used to be. It's really dropped down a lot.
Okay.
I think the reason why is because they really sold it well, and now they don't have to be in the public eye because the general public is like sheep, and they're all like, yeah, you shouldn't smoke.
Right.
So now they don't have to. I mean, dude, you ask a 5-year-old about tobacco. I mean, I'm pretty sure in school they're teaching them if you smoke tobacco, you're going to hell. I mean, you ask a kid about tobacco, and that's how they act. They're like,
yeah. Just like the other leaf.
Well, the funny thing is that's an interesting conversation because all of a sudden the green leaf is accepted at so many on a lot of different states.
It really is.
And tobacco is not.
Right.
I mean, how do you inhale that?
Right.
But you're not inhaling cigars.
Right.
I mean,
and they're both
how
plant-based products.
Yeah, I mean, how is that even possible that we have that going on?
Yeah,
this is okay. This is not.
Yeah, it's pretty nutty. It really is.
We're living in a very unique time where the world is now spinning backwards. I just saw you're smoking an AJ.
Yeah.
That's the Cameroon.
It is a Cameroon.
That is a great smoke.
It's a great cigar.
Is that the 6x46 box press?
Yes.
That is a good smoke.
It really is. Light, full of flavors.
That's a really good cigar to give someone who's never smoked one that's been smoking for about 1.5 years, 2 years, where they can appreciate some flavors.
Yeah. Yeah, because even in the cold draw, I mean, it's a great cigar. I've been stuck with the New Worlds here recently.
Well, that brings us up to our next point, okay? Larry's over there busting my balls like, hey, man, you're running over time for this section. But you know what? We got to talk about something. I don't know if you listened to the episode 2 weeks ago, but we kind of bashed AJ, not the cigars.
Right.
Not really AJ for the blender.
Right.
But we told a situation that it was kind of like, man, that just disappoints me in AJ.
Yeah.
And I'll refresh everyone who maybe you didn't hear, but I was told that AJ fired one of their reps in an email with no provocation and no warning. Just bam.
Yeah.
And I was like, dude, that is ridiculous to fire someone that way.
Absolutely.
So somebody from AJ reached out to me and said, hey, man, I'd like to talk to you about what y'all said on the show because, I think you should get the other side of the story.
Right.
And I was like, yeah, that's cool. Well, then in the meantime, I happened to talk to somebody who used to work for AJ. And in talking to that individual, he said, I already have some knowledge on that, what you talked about, and you only got one side of the story.
Always two sides.
And I was like, okay. And he was like, I'm not going to get into it, but I can just tell you this, blah, 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 blah. And I was like, wow. Okay. Yeah, that's what I didn't know.
Right.
So then whenever I finally got to talk to somebody from AJ like a week later, it was like, first of all, the person that's talking to me is like, yeah, man, I was really offended when I saw what y'all posted, on Instagram.
Right.
But he gets it. It's clickbait.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I mean, you try to make something that somebody's going to see the little logo and go, oh, what the hell is that? Boom.
Right.
But he said, as a journalist, you should always get both sides before you run with it. And you know what I said? I am not a journalist. I mean, don't insult those people, okay? They have a lot of responsibility, and they do a great job for the most part.
Yeah.
I am no journalist.
Right.
I'm a dude who hears something, and I talk about it.
Right, content.
And it's like I'm not I did pass a little judgment, and maybe that wasn't fair, but you know what? It's conversation.
Yeah.
We talked about it at the Leaf before we talked about it on the show.
Right.
Because when you hear those cigar industry / community rumors, it's a topic of conversation.
Yeah.
And so we talked about it on the show. And maybe I was a little down and dirty against AJ without hearing the other half of it. But I did get the other half.
Yeah.
And
all the pieces of the puzzle.
Let's just say I had only like one piece of the entire puzzle. Right. I got all the other 999 pieces of the story. And I got, you know what I'm going to say? I'm going to tell you this. I'm disappointed in the person who got terminated.
Right.
I feel like I was led astray. I feel like after I found out all the other side,
right,
that, wow, you left a lot out. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah, but y'all had a personal tie kind of to it. I was waiting.
But I had a personal tie with
Sure.
AJ.
Sure.
So, you know, that's one of the reasons I was so shocked.
Right.
Because I was like, dude, that is not cool. And
yeah,
I can't believe they would ever do that.
Well, and hearing just one side of the story, yeah, I thought the same. I was like, man, that's disrespectful.
Right. And so this episode's icon shows you what I think about AJ. Mm-hmm. And I got to say, and you know, and I made this very clear when I was talking to the individual. I was like, first and foremost, I want you to know we were smoking AJ on the show that night. I smoke AJs all the time.
Right, right.
And so I would not quit smoking AJs unless the story was confirmed. You know what I mean? But on rumor, I'm not going to quit smoking AJs.
No.
Because I prefer to support companies with good people.
Yeah.
And I can tell you this, the cigars that I gave y'all tonight are all AJs.
Oh, okay.
And you never guessed it. I'm so disappointed.
Well,
I thought you would guess it because it came out with the spice right out the gate. It mellowed out. It smoked great. It didn't have a lot of up and down, but it was just nice, clean through. And I told you the smoke reminded me of like having gravy because the smoke was so thick.
Good Texas gravy.
Does it? I mean, now that I tell you that it's AJ, do you go, aha, yeah.
Yeah. I'm used to a different type of AJ, though. I've never smoked that specific cigar. All the ones that I've been smoking recently have been New World.
This was the New World San Latano.
Oh, it was a New World. Okay.
Habano.
Gotcha.
Have you had that one?
No.
Well, now you have.
Yeah, now I have.
And so I'm a huge fan of AJ. You guys know that. But no, it was a great conversation. And I appreciated having that conversation because, you know, if he wouldn't have reached out, we just would have not ever known the whole story.
Right.
And I'm not going to go into any details about what was going on because that's not the correct thing to do. But it was very eye-opening. It was very disheartening. And I got to say that I'm very disappointed in the person who gave me the first information.
Right.
I mean, because I consider that person a friend.
Yeah.
And you know I have a show. You give me that kind of information, you know I'm probably going to talk about it on the show. And so it was almost like I felt kind of used. You know what I mean? I felt like a used up hooker.
Yeah, he was just trying to push his agenda.
Right.
Right.
And so I'm not going to get into any details. It's not worth it. But I will say this. You know who you are. And I am disappointed, and I think you owe me an apology. And so time will tell. You know what? If I get one, I'll let everybody know. And if I don't, I'm not going to say another word about it.
Sure.
But that's how I feel about it.
It's a good way.
Anyway, that was a little heavy. That was kind of heavy, man. So we're going to take a quick break. We'll get Bryant back. Oh, you know what? When Bryant comes back, we cut open 2 humidors.
Oh, yes.
You were in the yard.
I was.
I had my battery operated, what is it, Ryobi?
Yeah.
Ryobi skill saw, hand saw with the battery, and I cut both of them in half. And I'm going to tell you right now, the difference was amazing.
Oh, I'm going to go home and check on my
Yeah,
humidor.
you want to borrow my saw?
Because if it's built anything like that other one,
Very disappointed.
well, it makes sense. It probably is built that way because I can't keep humidity in that thing. And now I know why.
Absolutely. So anyway, we're going to show those two humidors. We're going to do our pick 6. And then we're going to talk about, I wasn't going to bring this up, but I don't know if you're aware, Tammy Faye Baker's going to be here next week. Do you know who that is?
I do not.
Well, you're in for a treat.
Awesome.
All right, man. We got Brian coming up next. We're going to have both the halves of the humidors to show. We're going to talk about those and the difference. It's freaking amazing. I mean, I was blown away at the difference. Guys, we also have a follow-up episode. It's going to be available this week as well, but it's a standalone. I started to add it in, but, I know you guys don't want to listen to us for like 3 hours straight. So anyway, we have 2 episodes coming out this week, and the next episode is going to be with Michael Slate, the CEO founder of Case Elegance. We're going to talk about the humidors that we cut open, and then he's going to give us some advanced information on the keeping your cigars humidified. So you're not going to want to miss that. Anyway, coming up next, it'll be me and Bryant talking about the actual humidors we cut open. So don't go anywhere. We'll be right back. Welcome back, Cigar Talk. I got Bryant here, and we're going to show you some badass stuff with some humidors.
Yes, sir.
Quality.
Yes, sir.
Quality.
Quality
I mean,
and
dude,
junk.
like, I knew that Case Elegance was quality because of how well it works.
Yeah.
But I don't know what makes it better than others. So we decided. I decided that we would take a Case Elegance humidor and find another one on Amazon that looks similar.
Mm-hmm.
And I mean, I don't want to misrepresent, so I don't even remember how much that one cost, but it was like, 100 plus.
Mm-hmm.
And the one that we cut up from Case Elegance was also 100 plus.
Mm-hmm.
And so it was like,
dissection.
let's try to keep them very similar.
Mm-hmm.
And so I'll put a picture up right now of the two humidors side by side.
Yeah.
Not cut up. And then I'll take pictures of the cut ups too and post those at
Later.
the end of this.
Yes.
But right now, I'll just show you what they look like new.
Yeah.
And then, I don't know if you ever had that experience, but you played Madden.
Yes.
Like, when you go to their attributes, you've got like, speed 91,
Mm-hmm.
hands 87,
Yeah.
situational awareness.
Yes.
Like, so my question for you is, if you were a Madden character, what would your speed be today? Not your best ever.
Today?
Yeah.
75.
Dude, I think you're way overestimating yourself.
75.
I was thinking you were going to be like -4.
Nah, it's still not a negative number.
Huh. All right. Okay. What would your hands be rated?
Oh, I can still catch. I can catch anything thrown at me. Just don't throw that, what's the name at me? My hands are still about a 90, 91.
No.
Oh, yeah, I can catch anything, bro.
I'm going to test you
All
out.
right. I don't have a problem with that.
All right. Now, what would you rate your situation? Not later. I mean, not before, but now. Situational awareness now.
It depends on the situation. If I am in a...
I mean, you can't say it depends on the situation.
Yeah, it does, because
situations.
If I'm in a situation where I have to be on my guard, I'm gonna say I'm a 99 because I'm gonna pay attention to everything. But if I'm in a situation where around you all, well, not say you, but everybody else in this room, it'll be like 40 because I'm not paying attention to stuff because I trust the rest of the people.
Okay,
I trust you. But to a point, because we know you'll go way over the edge.
So let me ask you this.
So
then.
the thing is, and that's why. That's when you start talking, when you came in the shed, you said, "Well, that situational awareness is not where I thought." I started looking. I was like, "What is he talking about?" That's why I didn't want to drink the water, because I was like, "Did he do something with the water?" But when I opened it and it cracked the seal,
all I'm gonna tell you, folks, is you better be watching the YouTube video, or you're not gonna know what we're talking about.
When you brought it back up, I said something is going on.
Did you like the way I worked that around? Julio, did you like the way I brought that in? And you know what's funnier than the whole thing is that you think you're a 91 or 99 with your hands. I've talked to your wife.
Let me explain something to you.
I'm kidding. I'm kidding.
But no. Let me explain something to you, player. That's the reason we 12 years in, because of these hands. Because she'd have left me a long time ago if I didn't have these 99s. I'm letting you know now.
Let me ask you a question.
Uh-huh.
What ring size do you wear on your biggest finger?
Which is my thumb. It's a 14.
That's it?
Yep.
Wow.
Yeah.
I figured they were way bigger.
No,
my ring finger is a 14.
my ring finger is a 13.
Really?
Yep.
Huh. Doesn't look bigger than mine. I've been saying that my whole life. That's what I mean. Feet. Anyway, we just had a little fun with Bryant.
Yeah.
We always do when we get the opportunity. I can't believe it got that far.
Yeah, because I was sitting there and I really wasn't paying attention to it, and I started talking. I was like, yeah, with them, I'm cool. Then I said, wait a minute, he done something. Where is it?
Boom.
And there it is.
Boom.
You got me.
That's what I like to hear. So anyway, what were you talking about? The humidors. That's what we were talking about. So you've got the cheap one. I'm going to let you go ahead and pull that up first. Don't change the cameras. Put it over here. Nobody wants to see that bend over. Sorry. Thank you very much. All right. Now, show what he's got over there. Close the lid down. I mean, that, and now flip it back, and then we kind of hold it forward so you can see like that. Yeah. Now flip it over here. Flip it. Now, you see, I mean, it's basically the same humidor. They both have drawers in the bottom, and they're both the glass top. Lid opens up. It's got and they both had hydrometers in the front, digital. And then I'm going to actually test both of those. I'm going to put both of those in my humidor to see how they regulate.
Gotcha.
And then I opened the lid up, and I took the skill saw, and I just cut it in half. And we are going to zoom in here in a minute and really show you, like, the inners of this box that holds the holy of the holy.
Yeah, your treasures.
Boom.
Man. For real.
So let's do this. You know what? Let's let Bryant hold it, and we'll flip it. There you go. All right, that's close to gets right there. So I'm going to talk, and you look at the video, but like angle it down and up, down and then back up, and then up. All right, you see all that. All that is, there's virtually no cedar in that box.
At all.
It's MFD, which I talked to the owner of Case Elegance, and he told me that all humidors have some MFD because it helps, like, reduce the amount of flexing on hot or cold, too humid. MFD is not absorbing humidity like the cedar.
Yes, that's correct.
And then, dude, look, I'm going to hand you this one. And then y'all look at keep that one over there too. And in a minute, we'll put them back to back. But anyway, look at the amount of cedar that's in that box. I mean, dude, like one of them literally looks like they spray painted what cedar would look like.
Yeah.
Because it's hair thin, like a single strand of hair thin. And then that one, dude, that's like over 1/8 of an inch of just Spanish cedar.
It even smells better. I'm sorry, but it does. It's a different smell than
Well,
than both of them.
that one probably doesn't smell much. That one probably smells a lot more like cedar.
It permeates cedar. It does.
And let me tell you something else. When you open up the subcompact edition, substandard, and I'll have their name in the on the video. If you watch the video, it'll show you the name of each humidor. But anyway, when I opened up the regular one that was off Amazon, you know what came inside?
What?
Nothing.
Okay.
Well, no, I take that back. It did come with a Bovetta pack. Okay.
That was the humidification.
Right. Now, when you opened up the Case Elegance model, it had 2 bottles of solution. One for your regular environment and one for the dry environment. And it had a drawer that's lined in like velvet.
Yeah.
So you could put your accessories. And it was like, well, this company's like already has me going in the right direction
Versus.
with the humidity because I'm going to learn how to do this. And
Because they give you the steps.
they give you a like 4-step process to do it. You learn it,
Cliff
boom,
notes.
you got it.
Cliff notes.
Anytime you want to change them out, you can order more fluid. That's it. Makes it easy. So anyway, I had no idea. Like I've always said, that Case Elegance is better than the other brand names you see because, and I didn't know how much more wood, if there was any more wood.
Yeah.
It didn't matter to me what we saw when we opened it, other than I wanted to see. But I know the humidors I have that are Case Elegance, they work.
They do.
So I knew when we cut it open, it would be the better look.
And the better product.
Right. And the better value.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. We were scared, first of all, because you grabbed that saw and everybody walked to the other side of the backyard because we didn't know what was going to come flying at us.
And you know, what's funny, though, is like I wanted to use my Sawzall.
Oh, Lord.
But I'm
thankful you did.
I wanted to do as clean as a cut as I could. And the Sawzall would not be clean. So anyway, that's I mean, what's your opinion of what we just did?
It proves what we've been saying since before Case Elegance was a sponsor. They produce quality products. When they say their humidors are going to hold the humidity and you don't have to worry about your treasures, proof is in the pudding.
Right.
Proof is in the pudding.
Well, I had the proof in my pudding.
Me too.
And
then now we
boom, I see why.
Yeah. Now we see.
That's a little much of Brian.
He's a big guy. He's a bigger
All right,
guy.
That's good. That's good.
He's a bigger guy.
It's like they could just see your chin. Anyway, no, we wanted to check it out. I'm glad we did. It's like the week before we cut open a cigar.
Anatomy of the cigar.
That was cool.
Now we got the anatomy
What are we
of a
cutting
humidor.
open next? I'm coming.
Larry. Larry. He said Julio, but we said Larry.
I didn't say anybody. I was thinking Ed. I mean, are you donating your body to science? Yes or no?
He's like,
no, I am. I want them to be like, holy shit.
How did he live this long? Wait a minute. All preservatives.
No, I think this is the way it really is.
What?
Like they're doing the dissection and there's like 4 of them. They all pull out my liver. They each take a bite and go, Eagle Rare. One's like, no. Old Granddad 114. You must be at the bottom. So that's how I see it.
Dude.
I mean, are you donating your body science?
Hell no.
Are you serious?
When I'm done, I'm done.
Dude, I want
I
to.
told my daughter, because I want her to be over me. I said, get a pine box.
I want to do a pine box.
I got a free hole at the Veteran Cemetery and a free headstone.
So the plot though is military.
Yes.
And where is that?
At the Veteran Cemetery.
I mean, here in Abilene.
Yeah.
Okay. Is there room for a friend?
No, well, there's room for my wife, but there ain't room for a friend. They're going to put me and her in the same plot.
I know, but you can just throw one more in there. You know, who's going to know?
As long as you're on the bottom.
I don't care.
Not playing, partner. No,
Who's
man.
in the middle?
No,
you.
pimpin'. No, pimpin'.
You're like, nope, you can't come in.
Nope. Bye. Put them on the side of the road.
Well, I'm also going to be cremated.
Yeah. Huh. Okay.
So the box doesn't have to be very big. It's like a Case Elegance humidor would be perfect. You know what I mean? Just shove my ashes in there, close the lids, have them glass engraved.
Great humidification for the alcohol. Or MFJ. Okay.
Boom.
Got you.
So anyway, let's jump over to our pick 6 of the week.
Oh. You ready?
Hey, are you aware that on the live show we did a spin?
Yeah, and Deb won.
Deb won.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's getting a 5-pack of the San Latano Habanos.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Yeah.
She going to be happy.
Well, and we told her that we would have her come on the show and talk about them, let us know what she thinks. And then Larry was like, what the? And I was like, what do you mean? Apparently.
My pick 6 starts off.
All right, let's go there.
Placencia Almafuerte.
What size? What Vitola?
I can't remember the Vitola. Now you gotta
Dude,
you got to make
was it the Figurado? Dude,
Figurado.
that is my favorite.
Figurado.
That's my favorite on that particular cigar. It just that Vitola pays homage to the beautiful blend that is like chocolatey, like a dark bitter chocolate with a little bit of sweetness and a coffee. I know you had to have coffee.
I did have coffee, and it was blend from. We went to some breakfast nook, and they just had their blend. I don't know what it was, but it was good. I was like, wow. I said, do you sell this? They was like, no, we just make it here. I was like, okay. I left it alone.
Well, then that's when you go, well, where do you get it? That's what I ask.
I'm done.
I am always like, hey, where do you get that?
I'm done. Number 2 this week. I've smoked 3 of these this week, and I still have 3 left. And you know what it is.
Are you being serious?
Yes.
You've smoked 3 this week?
Yes.
Oh, no. I'm wrong. Wonderlust.
Yes.
I thought,
Roma Craft Wonderlust, bro.
I thought you were going to say the new Fine and Rare.
No.
And I was like, dude, no. You need to slow down.
No, I haven't smoked any of those.
All right.
So
you smoked one with us.
That's it.
Right,
That's it.
but you haven't had another one.
No, sir. So my number 2 this week was the Roma Craft Wonderlust, and I can't say enough about that. People know me, and Roma Craft with the Baca, the Wonderlust, and my number 1 this week, I went back to a favorite. I had it in about 5 months.
Fat Jane.
No. Ain't fat nothing.
Big Bottom Betty?
No.
Backseat Betty.
Last guess.
All right. The McAuliffe Sumatra.
No, sir.
Oh, that was a good guess, though.
Yes, it was.
That was a good guess. What does that tell you? Maybe you need to head on back on over there.
That's true, too. But it was the Viva La Vida Club 500.
Whoa! Dude.
Woo! Baby.
All right. We'll get
Baby.
That you know what? That's a solid. Dude, that is a solid week right there.
That Viva La Vida hit me. I was I missed you.
Let me tell you guys.
Missed you.
If you're not a regular cigar smoker, like when I say regular, I mean if you don't smoke 50 sticks a day, you know what I mean. If you're not like a guy smoking every day, the list that you just gave in 1 week would be like an all-star. Like you got Kobe come back from the dead,
Mike, and Wilt from the dead. You got a three-person team that nobody could beat.
I mean, I'm putting Rod, the Bulls hairdo.
You talking about Dennis Rodman?
Dennis Rodman.
Wow. Because he going to catch every rebound.
Oh, dude. I mean, that's the best rebounder that's ever played the game to me. Is there anybody better?
It was Wilt, though, man.
Yeah,
but see, dude, Wilt was over 7 feet, too, so.
And, dude, Rodman, I don't care if you like him on or off the court.
He was.
Dude was a beast.
And it was the reason why Mike wanted him on the squad, because the rest of them didn't want him. He's like, you don't understand.
What he brings to the table.
To the table. You miss a shot, we get another shot.
Right. Over and over.
Over and over, because he's going to keep getting them. And it was like, we don't want him to score not 1 point, but get us 20 rebounds a game.
Yeah, and there were games where he had double digits.
Double digits. And that was surprising to folks, because they wouldn't stick him.
And, I mean, he had double digits like shooting and rebounding. It was like, holy crap, dude's getting double doubles.
And we weren't even expecting that.
Right.
Yeah.
And it was a very interesting concept when that happened to actually watch like those two personalities of Jordan and Rodman, how they work together.
Because he could corral them in. He could corral them in.
It did.
Nobody else could, but he could corral them in.
And
when he messed up.
And the only reason why was because Rodman knew that now he was playing with the best there's ever been.
And he respected him. And he even when Rodman messed up when they were in Las Vegas and he didn't show up for the game, you know who he went to apologize to? Jordan. He went up to his room and apologized, man, I'm sorry. And Jordan's like, man, all right, next game. He said, just don't let it happen again. And it didn't.
Right.
And it didn't.
But that was the level of respect he had for the GOAT.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
For all you guys chanting Kobe,
I'm sorry.
Go shut up.
Or LeBron, I'm sorry.
No, dude, that shouldn't even come out of anyone's
it's
mouth.
not happening. It's not happening. This dude, to me, he like Montana. Every time he went to the championship, he won. It wasn't no offers. Every time he went, he won. It didn't matter what you said. If he made it to the finals, you can chalk it up, baby. And it didn't matter. Oh, wait,
I like the way you've twisted this into a 49er guy.
I mean, could you say about anybody else?
Well, I mean, when you were going to a quarterback, I was thinking Tom Brady.
Has he won every time Eli beat him twice.
Okay, but hear me out. Hear me out. I wasn't saying that he won every game that he went to.
I'm talking about
but I'm saying, well, not just consistency.
Because, dude, you got to understand, in the NFL now, Aikman would have about 6 rings. Joe would have about 6 rings. Bradshaw would have about 5 or 6 rings. Staubach would have it.
Oh, thanks, so.
Dude, them not being able to touch Roger Staubach, you do know the reason he left was because of concussions, right? Because he got beat down.
But here's also the thing. All of the guys that you just named, first of all, they didn't have the accuracy of Montana. Montana was maybe the most accurate quarterback to ever play the game. I mean, the dude made spot-on throws every week.
You know, I can't argue with you.
I know you can't because it's fact.
Yeah.
All the other guys you named, they were not. They were also a product of
their
intelligence
and their receivers
and working a defense and great receivers that made a lot of catches that other receivers wouldn't have made.
Because Swan made a whole lot of catches that folks couldn't make.
Right.
Because Terry was throwing some ducks at times.
And Michael Irvin, could make catches. Yeah. Dude, Michael Irvin would make a space of this big turn into like 7 feet. Yeah. He's going to, if you throw it in this area, he's going to block out that dude,
and
which is illegal now.
Yeah.
So that wouldn't work.
True.
But that's the way it would. And I say that because the guys that we see now of quarterback talent are like Joe Montana's when it comes to accuracy.
You have
look
to be
at
now.
Patrick Mahomes.
You have to be now. Yeah.
What's the dude's name at Buffalo? Josh Allen.
Yeah.
The dude that
in San Diego
just won Cincinnati.
Yeah. I mean, Burrows. Yeah.
And then the Baltimore guy.
Oh, yeah.
And then, I mean, the up-and-comers we have today.
You have to have pinpoint passing.
They grew up in a time where that's how the game is. Because the DBs have only gotten better.
And taller.
And
stronger.
And faster.
Yes.
And the receiver, because used to, 20 years ago, if you had a receiver that was 6'2" and 200, that was a big
monster.
Dude.
Yeah, he was a monster.
Right. But then we've gone on to guys that are 6'5".
Megatron, 6'5", 240.
Right. And so to react to that, now we have cornerbacks
Instead of 6'2",
going
6'3",
up.
yep.
Right. I mean, dude, a cornerback used to be 5'10".
Yes, it was. Now you have to be over six.
Oh,
you have to be over 6'2" to be a good cornerback. Now, if you're under 6'2", you're gonna be a safety. They're gonna make you a free safety.
If you are under 6 foot, the only position on the team for you is wide receiver.
Not even that anymore.
Oh no! You got wide receivers that are under 6,
But they're
5
slot
foot.
receivers.
Oh, absolutely,
Slot
But
receivers.
yeah. All those guys. The guy that
Weddleman,
Brady had.
Weddleman and Edelman and who's the dude that y'all had that went to Buffalo?
Yeah, we had that guy. He had the curly hair.
Yeah.
I
We call
don't
them
know
that
his
guys now.
but a lot of receivers that are under 5'10"
Are those slot
are those
receivers.
little guys that can like disappear on
Yep.
you. But anyway, I don't know how we got into that, but anyway, interesting football.
Give us your picks.
Oh, yeah, that's where we are. That's yeah. So, I've had a good week smoking cigars. I've smoked some cigars that I haven't smoked in a while, and I've smoked some cigars that I've been smoking every day.
Yeah.
So this week, right out of the gate, I'm going to go with the Tabanero, Connecticut. Yeah. I've been killing that.
And you even tried to talk a dude into getting one of those.
Hey, it's not that I try to talk someone
No,
into
it was
it.
not
I
that.
gave them the information.
Yeah.
And I'm like, you know what? You pick what you want.
he didn't pick
and
it.
if you don't pick this, you're dumb.
Yeah. And that's exactly how he put it too. You're growing in your palate and in your ride and your journey.
Let me guide you.
Yes, let me help you. And he's like, oh, I'm gonna take this. Okay.
Hey, and then he got the last right.
God. Whew. Anyway,
yeah.
Anyway.
So my second cigar is this one that I'm smoking right now. The the AJ Fernandez, San Latano Habanos. Dude, I'm digging it. Starts out peppery.
It did. It really did.
Then it goes real earthy, and then the pepper drops down about 50%. And you just ride that on till you get to the final third, and then it kind of comes back with the heat.
Okay.
And so what I loved about the cigar, though, and shoot, we started the show, 2 hours ago?
Yeah.
And I'm still smoking it.
Yeah, that's true.
I mean,
with you.
Wow.
That's amazing. It's amazing, folks.
And it's still smoking.
Yeah.
It's not out.
No, it isn't.
And the smoke
It's good. Good
It's
plumes. Good
thick,
plumes. Yeah. Good
like
plumes.
gravy.
Yes, sir.
I mean, dude, it's like gravy.
Gravy. So what's your number one this week, man?
My number one this week
Uh-huh.
is the 2021 Fine and Rare.
Where'd you get that from?
Some jackass had a birthday. No, you gave me and Larry one,
Yeah.
and we all enjoyed it together.
Yes, we did.
And, here's the thing. It's one of the few cigars that I look forward to this year's release.
Mm-hmm.
And so, out of all of the years, the 2019 lights it up for me the most.
17 for me.
For me, then it goes to the 15.
15
Then it
the
goes
second.
to the 17.
Okay.
And then the next
next
one
one.
is the 21.
Those 10 tobaccos. You taste those 10 tobaccos in that sucker.
Let's update some truth.
Okay, go ahead.
I made a mistake last week.
What you do?
So when I was reading that band, I said,
Oh yeah,
it's a 10-year blunt.
he did.
To be fair,
He
I
did.
did not have my glasses
He
on.
did.
Because it was not blunt.
It's blend.
It's blend.
He
10
said
tobacco blend. I put my glasses on. So you know what? When I'm wrong, if you're wrong, we're gonna say we were wrong.
But you rarely say it. But that's why we
'cause it
love it
doesn't
when
happen.
you
It
do.
doesn't
Dude,
happen.
it happens. It happens.
But when
Yeah, that's true.
When
He doesn't say it very
when
often.
I had my glasses and I read that and I was like,
That's
that's
an
not-
E. And that's not a T.
That's a D on the end. So
You're
got
good.
me.
You're good. You're
All
good.
right.
You're
All
good.
right. Hey.
But that's a good 3, man. You had a
Both,
good
dude, those 6. You give me those 6 in a week. That's a good week.
You talking about all-star edition. That's a good 6, man.
Cool. Hey,
And you know where you can get those 6 at?
Well, you can get them at the leaf. But what I was going to talk about too is, the Medallia,
Yeah.
the Riata, the Reserva,
Sumatra.
The Modafina, the A, the Experiencia.
Woo, man. Leander.
Oh, Leander. Now, are you a Leander 1 or 2?
Both.
I'm a 1.
I like them both.
I mean, I like the 2, but the 1.
You put both of them in front of me, I'm sitting there like,
no, I'm always going to go with the 1.
I'm like,
because, dude, it's like, it's that long.
yeah, it is.
The other one's like that long.
But it's still a great ride no matter which vehicle you get.
It is.
Which
but
one you
I
get.
don't want the ride to end. So I'm going to go with the 1 because it's longer. Now you get why I say that.
Gotcha. I leave that alone, man. But McAuliffe makes
Hey, meanwhile.
quality stick.
Yeah. I mean, every time.
Every time.
When's the last time you had a McAuliffe cigar that was plugged?
I've never had one. And I'm telling the truth. I've never had a McAuliffe that was plugged.
I've had one.
I've never had one.
And
which
how-
one was that? Do you remember?
It was the Medallia.
Medallia.
And it was the 6x46.
Okay.
And when I got it, of course, I was like, whoa.
Yeah.
What? That's never happened.
Uh-huh.
And you know what I said? I'm not going to say how many medallions I've smoked.
Thousands. I know how many.
But I'm going to tell you their batting average is pretty damn good.
They batting in the 900s.
The 999.99.
Because, dude, you at one time, you was Medallia
Do
crazy.
you remember 1 month? In 1 month, I smoked a box of 6x46 and a box of Toros.
Because you were trying to
40.
compare
That
them.
was 40 in 1
Yeah,
month.
You were comparing them to make that designation.
Yeah.
And then you still came out like, I like it.
It was like a different
Yeah.
smoke, but at the same time, that one does it for me. Just like the Riata.
Oh, God, and especially that new.
That 6x46 Riata, I don't care what Dan says. They're putting something in there that's amazing. No, I'm just kidding. Yeah, I talked to Dan not long ago.
Uh-huh.
Dude, the things they are doing.
Yeah.
Like,
People going to be amazed.
and for the longevity.
Uh-huh.
They're not trying to make a buck and get out of here. They are putting their stamp on the community.
Oh, yeah. And it's noticeable.
Oh,
noticeable.
dude.
Noticeable. Noticeable.
What they're doing
Noticeable.
is it gets me excited. Yeah. Every time I talk to Dan, I find out a little something that's either going on or going to happen. I'm like, dude, y'all just keep doing it. You know what I mean?
They are that type of company that you want to stand behind.
Right.
Because everything they do is about the consumer, it's about the community, it's about the brick and mortars, it's about the core. They see the core as the most important thing, and they built their company around that. And I love it, man, because we're not invisible to them. And I love that. I love that.
No. And I mean, you can become an ambassador for them.
Easily.
They send you a challenge coin with your own number.
Yes.
And
Become a part of the community.
you
man.
become part of the family.
Yes. And it's not cookie cutter responses.
Mm-mm.
They are actually in that Facebook group and they're talking and they're holding lives. It's real. It's
Dude,
real.
They do so much communication to their ambassadors and the consumers and the brick and mortars that, I mean, like, I don't know of any other company that does that.
I haven't seen one. I really haven't. On that level, no. There are companies that try. Now, I'm not talking about cigar companies. I'm talking about other companies.
All companies.
Try, but on that level, no.
I mean, I don't know another company, period, that I know that communicates with transparency.
Oh, no.
You know what I mean?
It's too dangerous.
Everybody's always just trying to
too dangerous.
create a narrative, and that's their brand, that's their slogan.
It's dangerous.
Dude, you know what I say? McAuliffe Cigars is like Jimmy Johnson of the Dallas Cowboys.
Oh, jeez.
I talk the talk. Now, you guys, we got to walk the walk. Come on.
He brought the Cowgirls.
Hey, you brought in the 49ers. I brought in the Cowboys.
Anyway, but it's the same mindset when we talk about the Leaf. Because Jay,
dude, yeah.
him and Corey have the
down.
same mindset. It's about the consumers, that experience, that community. It's about making it's not just about the sticks with them. It's not.
No.
When you walk into that door, you walking into what they feel you should have every time you come in there.
Absolutely. And the thing about it is, it's like I was telling some guys the other night. I said, in the modern era of capitalism, you have the corporate greed as we've never seen it. Yeah. And what that is the opposite of customer service. Mm-hmm. Like, they could care less who you are, what you are, as long as you're buying my product.
Give me your money.
And you know what? In fact, you're not cool if you're not buying my product.
That's the way they put it,
and,
too.
I mean, that's the way we see it today. When you go to the Leaf, I was telling the guy, Jay does the right thing.
Every time.
That's really what it comes down to, is he does the right thing for the right reason. Yeah. And I told him, I said, the thing about it is, it comes back to you in droves. It comes back to you because you're doing the right thing. And it should be a lesson to these huge corporations on what it is to do the right thing.
Friday looked like the Leaf of old. That on a Friday night, that place was packed.
But there was no stains on the ceiling.
No, stains on the ceiling.
So it didn't look like the Leaf of old.
I'm talking about the atmosphere. It was packed, and you had people in there having a great time.
Was I there?
Yeah, you were there.
Cool.
And see, that's the problem. That's the problem. You don't remember.
I do. I'm kidding.
But
no, it was a place of community. It was a place of celebration of life.
It was popping.
And it was, let's dog the shit out of Ed.
We did.
We did.
And he heard us.
And you know, the funny thing is, we had to, because now Ed can hear.
He was looking at us like, really?
It's like all these other times he thought we were letting him slide and we were dogging on other people. But nope, we've always dogged on you, Ed. You just didn't know.
Man.
And we were giving him some good ones. Remember, we called him the Ear. His superhero name is the Ear. Never been one before. Never will be another one. Hey.
And he was like, I heard that.
He's like, some dude walks up to him. So, what's your superpower peer?
Super what?
Superpower. and you know what he said?
Super Howard Peter. What the hell is that?
Lemonade.
Yes, for real. Come on.
But he would say, I can hear. Guys like, I can hear. They're not calling me the Ear Man.
No, I can hear well.
I can hear someone in the bathroom pissing. I'm
Anyway,
like, Jay, I don't know who's in there, but they're peeing all over the floor.
It's a difference. I know it.
Anyway, guys, that's going to wrap it up for this week's show. For you Patreons, we do have a Light 'em Up Crew show coming up next.
Yes, sir.
And you're not going to want to miss that, because we're going to get into some details about some pictures we found on Bryant's iPad.
Dude, I don't have an iPad. It's a tablet. And yeah, I made a mistake and left my tablet at the Leaf.
Surprise! Anyway, guys, that's going to wrap it up for this week's show. Until next time.
Keep smoking.
Boom.